don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Welcome one, welcome all to my channel, Get Out Tony. And for this premiere episode, I decided to go to Madrid, Spain. And unfortunately, because it was my premiere episode, I didn't plan ahead and I failed to charge my camera. So I'll try to recap what I've gone through so far and get you caught up to where we are now. I arrived super early this morning at Barajas International Airport, and it was an extremely smooth flight. Hats off to Delta Airlines. I decided to get a private transfer from the airport to the hotel in a Mercedes. Thank you very much. Ricardo, my driver, was extremely nice and extremely informative. Told me a lot about the architecture, the different areas we were driving by. And one area that I didn't give too much thought about at first, but now I definitely have to go and dine there, is the Salamanca area. Ricardo told me that no matter what restaurant you choose in this area, you're going to enjoy it, or I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm excited to try it out. I am staying here at Hotel Emperador, which is located right in the heart of Gran Vía, which is the Madrid Strip. It is a beautiful room. I was super impressed about not only the room, but the view that I got right in the heart of things. So I checked in early, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get to the room, which I fully understood. And I just decided to walk around a little bit, get lost, check out the architecture, check out the sights. So far, I am extremely impressed. Let's start this trip off right and explore. So come with me and let's get out. I will tell you that one of the things I notice here in Madrid is that people aren't very aware of their surroundings when they're walking. I feel like if you were just standing still, at least 3 people would walk right into you. But that seems to be the only negative that I see in Madrid so far, which isn't a big thing. I've just chosen to move out of people's way. First place we're going to check out on this, one of the shopping malls, the busiest shopping malls in Madrid, right on Gran Vía. It is the Primark. I don't know if it's Primark or Primark, but let's go check it out. Now, kind of a strange thing I've noticed here is that every floor starts with 0 instead of a G or 1. I don't know, just a little weird for me. What would you think if I took a travel pillow that looked like this? Or sandals that looked like this? And look, Hello Kitty and friends. I'm assuming these are the friends. Is this the friend? He's looking right at me. Hey, boys and girls, it's Mickey Mouse, haha. All right, it looked like that was more of a department store than an actual mall, but I thought it was pretty cool. A lot of range of different stuff, mostly from the Primark brand, but you know what? I want to see, now I'm going to head over to the Adidas store and see if there's anything that I might like, because I love Adidas, which they haven't paid me any money to say. Mbappe. And look, it just happens to be Christmas time, so there's sales on. All right, so Adidas was kind of a bust, but I'm getting a little bit of an appetite. So we're going to, in my research, probably one of the most fascinating places to eat at in Madrid, but probably one of the most tourist trappy places in all of Madrid is the food hall known as the Mercado de San Miguel. It is a must visit, especially if you're a tourist, but locals don't always go there because it probably doesn't have the best quality food in all of Madrid. But I am very intrigued to see what this place looks like and the food that's going to be there. So I'm going to get out and get something to eat. Now it's about 3 o'clock on a Thursday, and these streets are freaking packed. I don't know if this is normal, or probably because it's the holiday season, but this is pretty cool. I do appreciate that so many people are walking around here in the middle of the day in the winter. And here we are at the Mercado San Miguel. Mind you, it's Thursday at 3 p.m. It's pretty packed. Myself vermouth and some mixed olives. One thing I think is really cool about Madrid and a lot of Europe is that in the States, like, you turn down an alley and there's nothing there. But in Europe, I found that no matter where you turn down, turn in any corner you turn around, whether it's an alleyway or a main street, there's always something there, whether it be a small bar, a small shop, or just a surprise around every corner. I love it. Lines everywhere. This one is for lottery tickets. Can you believe me? Lottery tickets. And it wraps around the corner. And of course, Google Maps has taken me through another alley that I never would have even looked at. But it's beautiful. A potato omelet sandwich. Wonder if it's gluten-free or keto. Another thing that you should know before you come to Madrid. 2 things, actually. Make sure you have good walking shoes, because there are a lot. It is a walkable city, but yeah, it's a lot of walking. Make sure if you're not very strong with steps, maybe you want to visit someplace else that's a little bit more flat. A lot of ups and downs in Madrid, which I don't mind, but yeah, a lot of stairs, a lot of slopes. All right. We're now here at Retiro Park, which is the central park of Madrid. It is absolutely humongous, and although it is close to winter, you can tell there is still a lot of greenery, still a good amount of flowers left here. There are a lot of sculptures here, peppered throughout the park, beautifully manicured shrubbery, if you will. It's beautiful. The weather so far is kind of cooperating. It is supposed to rain a little bit later on, but let's try to make it through it before it starts raining. And right in the middle of Retiro Park is this beautiful lake. Retiro Park used to be the yard of one of Spanish's royalty. They donated it to the people of Spain. So now, right in the middle of Madrid is a beautiful, lush, maybe not so lush today, but lush garden that is open to the public free of charge, which I think is amazing. For its people, they can rent boats, little rowboats, and just enjoy a beautiful day, which is not today, on the water, nice romantic stroll on the lake. No. And a word of advice. Here in Spain, if anybody offers you something for free, it is never, ever free. So anything, anytime anybody offers you something for free, it is 100% not free. But yeah. Now, surprisingly, there does seem to be a good amount of people on boats in the water, but I don't have the best sense of balance. So today, I don't think that's for me, especially when it's kind of chilly. All right, this place is pretty huge, but I am on the prow for the Crystal Palace, which is essentially just a glass palace. I don't know. It seems that it is a frequently visited place, but I don't know if I have the directional fortitude to find it. I'll take my chances. All right. So, from what I read, Crystal Palace, or the Palacio de Cristal, is temporarily closed, probably because it's rather chilly. But I walked all the way here, damn it, and I'm gonna see it. Maybe not the inside, but I'm gonna see it. All right, I've been making this trek for a little bit. I'm in the general direction, so let's see if I can find this place. And oh yeah, I see it off in the distance. There it is, the Palacio de Cristal. I wonder how splendid this place is. Of course, I'll just be doing a walk around, but we'll see. Seems like there's a little bit of construction going on. It looks like Crystal Palace is getting some of their crystals replaced. From what I understand, it acts as a, what's the word? Conservatory, I guess, for various events. Unfortunately, I missed it, but it does look like it's having some construction done. The Crystal Palace are getting some of its crystals replaced. If you're in Retiro Park, I definitely recommend seeing it, but I don't know if, unless they're having a special event, that you really need to go to Madrid for the Crystal Palace. All right, that seems to be the end of the Retiro Park portion of this. I'm going to go get something to eat and then take a little siesta, get ready for the nightlife. This seems to be the fragrance area of Madrid. A lot of delicious and luxurious scents that I smell right now. Good morning and welcome to day 2 of Madrid. After a well-deserved, very long night of sleep, I've just noticed, looking out of my window, that there was a Starbucks right across the street. So I decided to grab my been there coffee mug, which I started to collect, and of course a well-needed coffee. So I'm going to get ready and we're going to start day 2 off right and head over to the Prado Museum. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I am walking uphill consistently. Like I said, a lot of ups and downs here in Madrid, but at least I'm walking off all the food, hopefully, that I've been eating here almost constantly, because that's what I do. I eat constantly. All right, our first stop is going to be the Prado Museum, one of the largest art museums in all of Europe. I highly suggest that you buy your tickets online beforehand, because the queues here at a lot of the touristy areas get very, very long. And actually, if an option for any restaurants accept reservations and it's someplace you really want to go, highly recommend that you get reservations beforehand. Try to plan your trip as early as possible. I've gotten here early because, yeah, always. The walk here from the hotel, you just see so many old architecture, beautiful architecture, and I'm excited to see what's in store. Unfortunately, I probably won't be recording much because I don't believe they allow recording or photography in a lot of these museums. So make sure you take a look before and research online before you try to take pictures in any of these museums. So there are days that the Prado Museum is free, but I don't got time for that. I wanted to plan ahead and make sure this trip went seamless. So there are days, look it up online. Maybe I'll leave a link below. So just be aware that although I did pay admission, there are days that the Prado Museum is completely gratis. All right, so I just left the Prado Museum. And like I said, best thing if you're going to plan on visit Prado Museum, besides the birds, is think ahead and perhaps buy tickets online. I highly recommend that you get an audiobook. Now don't get me wrong, I am not the most avid art enthusiast, but I will tell you, I got a little bit emotional listening to the stories behind the paintings and a lot of the details that I probably would not have seen had I not had an audio guide. So highly recommend it. I loved it. I'm glad I did it. Definitely must visit if you're going to Spain or Madrid. At first I thought they misspelled lasagna, but then I looked in the windows and it's an art store, so I was wrong, as per usual. And here we are at the Puerta del Sol, where pretty much every street converges, every main street converges in Madrid. So, and if any time you're lost, head towards the Puerta del Sol or use your Google Maps. But yeah, the main square, besides Plaza Mayor, in all of Madrid, and a very frequent meeting spot. So if you're meeting up with friends, meet here. You'll be easy to find, kind of. And here we have a PlayStation sponsored train station. Pretty sweet if you ask me. Ideas US? I'll be honest, I haven't seen Segways in years. Is this still popular? Leave me a comment. Another big shopping complex, more of another department store, is El Corte Inglés. Probably the most popular shopping store, department store in Spain. I love Christmas. Excuse me. Do you have a Best Buy here? No? Okay. They even sell insurance in this place. Now that's a real department store. Kind of. It's European. Good morning, day 3 in Madrid. I got a special treat today. Early this morning, my big visit is going to be Starbucks. Just kidding. We're doing the Santiago Bernabéu, the stadium of Real Madrid. Let's get out and check it out. All right. I may have misspoke when I said, let's get out and check it out, because I'm already outside. So a better line would probably be, let's get in there and check in. Kurt? You know, I'm not a big, humongous fan of football or soccer, but you can't deny how great and legendary Real Madrid is. And I'm just excited that I get to be in one of the most famous stadiums in all of the world. This is awesome. And all these trophies, awesome. I don't think there's any sports team as legendary and as famous, maybe the Yankees or the Dodgers, but as Real Madrid. Definitely in soccer or football. Football. Did you know that Real Madrid had a basketball team? That is news to me. You know, why don't we get awesome ass trophies like that? They even have a women's soccer team. I thought it was a women's basketball team too. I was like, what? These shoes are about 4 times the size of my feet. Maybe 5. I think I can do that. Looks pretty easy. I fall all the time. So not only does Real Madrid have a football team, a female football team, a male basketball team, but also basically a mini practice city where they have all the sports training for football, maybe basketball too, but I definitely know football. Football. All right, we get to go up more stairs. Let's see what's up here. Or more escalators. That was the museum part. Hopefully, and I should have double checked, I get to sit and see the stadium. Buenos días. Is that me? VIP? Probably not. And I just missed it by a week or two, but the NFL game was here. Not the most exciting, but it was good nonetheless.
Dolphins selects Jordan Phillips. Go Raiders!
But my heart still belongs to the Bears. It's me. I'm Tour Bernabeu. Hola. I guess this is their official sports drink. This is 100% where I would be before, during, after every game. Basically, I'm saying I would never play. And this is what I was waiting for. Just to sit in Santiago Bernabeu. Granted, it's not the energy that of a real live game, but to actually sit inside one of the most legendary stadiums in all the world, just, it gives me goosebumps right now. I'm so excited. Man, whoever sits in these seats over here is living the good life. These are literally the comfiest chairs at any stadium I've ever been at or will ever be at. And this is probably the closest I've been to a field since I went streaking during that one game. Or did I? Did I? Did I? Did I? And here is where the real money is won and lost. The store. What do you think about this one, guys? I'm gonna get it. Wow, just wow. Seeing the grandeur of one of the most legendary stadiums in all the world was awesome. Being able to sit on the pitch, sit on, and in the coach's box was amazing. The whole museum was just beautiful, and seeing just how many trophies since 1902 this club has won. It was, if only the Chicago Cubs were that good, which they aren't. But anywho, on to the next one, am I right? You know, nobody ever can say that Madrid isn't one of the most visited places in all the world. Throughout the entire day, there are a ton of people walking around at least Gran Vía. I don't know the rest of Madrid, but everywhere I've gone on Gran Vía, there, no matter what time of day it is or night, there are a ton of people everywhere. But I think that's awesome. Now, none of you asked, what's the best way to get around Madrid? Well, besides my super fancy airport transfer, mostly walking and taking the metro. Metro is very easy to use, very clean, not very expensive, and it could take you pretty much everywhere throughout Madrid. I got a multi-pass or multi-card. It's $2.50 or €2.50 for the card, and then I loaded it with 10 rides. And the cool thing about it, it's no matter where you go within a certain section, you could transfer trains and move different stations. It's one trip. And you don't have to scan it on the way out, just on the way in. I purchased 10 rides. I think it was €13.50, which is $15 US dollars. I thought that was a very fair price, and so far I've used it everywhere I've gone. But they do offer taxis, which I heard aren't the worst, and they offer rideshare services such as Uber and Bolt. They do not have Lyft. You can use the autobuses. Public transportation, as I've found out in most of Europe, is fantastic and definitely worth the price. Stations are clean. There are no bathrooms though in any of the metro stations. So if you gotta go on the street. Just kidding. Just be prepared. All right, as I tend to do, I misspoke earlier. Although it was still busy with a lot of tourists, there's actually a small little protest going on right near the Plaza de Cibeles, which is basically the center area where Real Madrid has their parades. Tonight they are setting up to light Christmas lights in this area. I probably will not be there for the ceremony, but I will check it out later on. I hope nobody starts throwing rocks. Please don't look so worried though. I'll be honest, if they don't look worried. If they're not worried, I'm not worried. Or should I be? Probably not. Another thing I noticed, Madrid, at least Gran Vía, has had a pretty strong police presence. At no point did I ever think that it would be dangerous here. I haven't seen many instances of pickpocketing, or at least I haven't gotten pickpocketed, I don't think. Cities like Barcelona, which are very well known for pickpocketing, might be different, but Madrid, I felt completely safe here, or I feel completely safe here. So, except for this protest. But the cops seem to be leaving. Well, a couple of the cop trucks seem to be leaving, so. And most of the protesters are at an advanced age, so I don't think it'll get too violent. Good morning. It looks like it rained a little last night. It is a little gloomy today, but I'm not overly concerned. I'm going to trust my Google Weather, not sponsor of this video. And it says it's not supposed to really rain until this afternoon. So cross my fingers. We're going to be able to see this without any incident whatsoever. We are going to start off today by visiting my childhood home here in Madrid. Welcome to the Palacio Real de Madrid. I'm just kidding, it's not really my childhood home, but I kind of wish it was. It has over 3,000 rooms. It is the official residence of the royal family, but they do not live here. They live in a plush countryside villa, maybe a condo, a 1-1, something like that. I don't know, I didn't do too much research. But yeah, this place is massive. I can't wait to see inside. And it's only a short, maybe 5-10 minute walk from the hotel. Off with their heads. But although the royal family doesn't live here, this is where they do host the heads of state, have ceremonies, and this is their, like I said, their official place of residence. But yeah, I wouldn't live here too. A little bit of cramped quarters. I'm about a half an hour early for the opening, and there already is a line. So like I said, try to plan ahead on everything so you're not caught off guard and turning your vacation into a frustrating one. Right across the way from the palace is the Catedral de Santa Maria. I believe that's what it is. If I get it wrong, I'll put it as a little subtitle. It looks absolutely beautiful, stunning. And the addition with the gates in front make me feel like it's very exclusive. All right, that was pretty sweet. The decorative taste, not my choice, but a lot of gold, a lot of statues, a lot of beautiful artworks in there, and a lot of history there. So, I mean, it is a definitely must visit if you come to Madrid. It took me about 45 minutes once I got in, only because it's super huge, and they give you access to about 30 to 40 rooms out of the over 3,000 rooms that are in this palace. So 0.1%, I think, or 1%. So it was cool though. Let's go check out this view that overlooks the city of Madrid. I don't know if you can hear it, and the police that you can hear in the background, or I hear in the background. So I hope you enjoyed my trip to Madrid. I had a lot of fun, saw a lot of beautiful sights, got to see one of the best stadiums in all of the world. If you like what you saw, or even if you didn't, hit up that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And until the next time, let's go with me and let's get out.